Well, you kind of can't see it, but it's rising. Okay, it's 19 degrees already. It is 5:56 a.m. in southeast Queensland. We are in a place called Redcliffe, and we're 5 minutes away from the beach. So we're going to put you down because we can't be holding phones while we're driving. That's not responsible. So we're putting you down. Open the sunroof up. Let's back out safely, of course. Oh yeah, let's go do this. Day 24 of 75 hard. So, oh my gosh, you should see this. Okay, the sun is up and it's beautiful and it's an like an orange glow. Oh yeah, it's nice. It's nice. So guys, recognizing that the sun has risen already because it is getting earlier and earlier. Well, the day's getting longer here in Australia, right? It's coming into summer. We're in spring. And yeah, well, that is part of the seasons, right? You guys in the Northern Hemisphere are going into autumn, or you are in autumn. It's getting colder and colder. No, it's hard to tell because, like, Diego right now is in Rome and he reckons it's hot as hell. It's really, really hot. So, interesting, hey? But in saying that, in autumn here in Australia, it can be really, really warm too. So, yeah, just change of weather. It's interesting because a lot of people that come on my live, they're from the Northern Hemisphere. They're like, oh my god, what time is it? Like, why? Like, it's a sunrise, sunset. I'm like, no, it's sunrise because we're opposite, right? So it is hard to get your head around that. We've got completely different seasons to the top to the bottom of the world. It's very cool. So yeah, it is Thursday morning here, guys. Thursday morning, 5:57 a.m. and the sun has risen, but we're still going to catch it. We're going to still do a jumping for joy because that's what we do. It's only through winter that I get to see the sun rising, which is pretty cool, right? Like it was like 6:45. The sun was rising in the middle of winter, so that was easy to catch, right? And I got a good sleep in, right? Now, well, because I knew I'm doing the 75 hard, I've got to read 10 pages of a book. So I've read my 10 pages this morning, so I can tick that off. Yoo-hoo, 75 hard, I love you. I just love the challenge of, not just exercise, right? It's not just about exercise and, losing weight, because it's not just about losing weight, because losing weight doesn't mean anything, right? It needs to be that, you have to be looking after yourself. I mean, look, you can starve yourself and lose weight, right? That's not going to be looking after yourself, right? I'm looking after myself. I'm eating really well. No alcohol. No alcohol. Though I felt like a wine last night, I'll be honest. I did feel like a cheeky wine. I have one little glass, like a little bottle. They call it a piccolo. I don't know the piccolo. The champagne's a piccolo, but a little wine bottle that's 1.5 glasses. So I was like, I got home late last night at 8:30. So I'll tell you about that in a second, okay? Because I think it's really important to talk about. I'm talking about mental health, not my mental health, but a friend of a friend. And I think it's really important to talk about. So anyway, I am literally just going around the roundabout, and my goodness, it is a glorious sunrise. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, you're about to see the sunrise. We're going to literally, no talking, let's just get down there, and then we'll talk, okay? All right, guys. Oh my goodness, I'm just starstruck. Starstruck, thunder. Okay, okay. Let's go. Oh, okay, guys. Let me just show you a little bit, a sneaky peek. Hey, Mike, how you going? Okay, oops. Car, bottle. Okay, water bottle. Okay, oops. Oh, moon roof closed. Okay, let's go. Okay. Stop pitching. Okay. All right. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, and we have a fisherman, Mike. Looks like he's setting up though, finishing up for the day. You're obviously down here early. So you'll note there's no jumper on me today, guys. It is warm. It is warm. Let's see if old mate caught anything, okay? For you, Mike. Morning. Catch anything?
Nah, it's not my day.
Not your day?
Nah.
Oh, tomorrow will be your day.
Broke.
Oh, your chair broke.
Car.
Oh, no. Well, tomorrow will be your day. Tomorrow. His chair broke and he snagged it. So he's not happy, Jackie. All right. So, guys, we have to do a jumping for joy, right? Because we're joyful, right? All right. Guys, that's awesome. Let me flip it around. Let me get my green juice. Oh, it looks beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, thank you, universe. I could be anywhere in the world right now, but I'm at my local beach. It is 6 a.m. Thursday morning, and wow, she's gorgeous. And you know what? I'm so grateful that I had a beautiful sleep last night. I woke up, got to read 10 pages of my book. Absolutely loving my book I'm reading. I feel like I'm definitely fueling my brain. Like I feel amazing for it. I can't believe it took me to do 75 hard to start reading books. Oh God, sorry. I'm just choking on my water. So how are you this morning, Mike? Or this afternoon, should I say? You on a break? So I need to drink this really fast because I don't know if you can see, guys, it's actually quite warm. Everyone's walking along. This guy's got no shirt on. These ladies are running. No one's wearing jumpers. It's super warm, guys. It is spring here and we're going through a bit of a warm smat where basically yesterday was like 30 degrees. So I don't know what that is in like Fahrenheit, but that's a summer day for us here in Australia. All right, I'm going to leave you on the beach for a bit. I'm just going to put this back in the car and we're going walking because it's warm and we're going to enjoy it while we can. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that because I did. That was lovely. All right, let's go walking. Day 24. Oh, put a hat on. Because it's nice to get some rays in the eyes first of all. Wouldn't be recommending this through like, middle of the day, obviously, but morning, first light, you're supposed to get a bit of sunlight on the eyes, on the skin. So yeah, this way I can. And then I can pull it down if I don't want to get sunburnt, right? But right now we're not going to get sunburnt, right? We're just going to enjoy the sun. Actually, just enjoy the sun like this, right? So, Mike, anyone there? Hello, hello. I'm always paranoid, guys, that I have like disconnected. This is the downfall. I need to find out like a workaround how to tell if I'm actually going live. I mean, I know how to go live, right? But what I'm trying to say is when I disconnect, you know how sometimes these buildings here, they sometimes stop the live, like they disconnect. And I've done all the things, like, I've got no other apps running right now. They're all turned off. I've got no Wi-Fi on. I've got my app updated, all the things. But sometimes they can, like literally hang up. So it's good to know when it has hung up. The only reason I know is because, well, I don't really know, because someone writes in the chat, she's probably talking to herself. Hey, Heartthrob, how you going? Welcome to Thursday morning, Heartthrob. Actually, Heartthrob, I'm not sure exactly where you're from. I think, were you from India? From memory? So it's already, well, it's actually Thursday morning there too, isn't it? Well, nearly Thursday morning. It must be like 4 a.m. maybe. India is probably what, 3-4 hours behind Australia, probably? Not completely sure. That's even if you are from India. Okay, Mike, we're good to go, right? Okay. But what I'm trying to refer to is that, when I am blah, 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 talking to myself, and then you guys are all chatting, going, she's disconnected, blurred, foggy, whatever, and then, yeah. Anyway, so, Mike, you're all good now? You're not sick anymore? You're obviously back at work, back in action, back to the grind, on a break, stuffing down a sandwich, some water, watching a bit of YouTube in a break. So guys, I'm talking about Mike Sparks Adventures. He's my mate from Minnesota. So sounds like that guy that I was talking to when we first got here, Mike, had a bad morning with his fishing. He was like, bad fishing, right? I broke my chair, got snagged. Not my day. Oh, I'm sure you've had those days, Mike, when you go fishing. It's probably very representation of that what's happening in that day. Wow. Gotta say, watching a sunrise never gets old, guys. Never gets old. I gotta say though, guys, I did have a bit of FOMO this morning, fear of missing out, because like I was awake when the sun was rising, but I was reading my book, right? That is way more important to me than seeing a sunrise right now. I mean, like I could have read 5 pages, got down here, see the sunrise, gone home on my walk, then come home and read my book. I mean, I could do that. But, when you're in a mode, like, when you're reading pages, it's nice to finish them. Like, they flow, right? I don't like to stop-start. I ended up reading 12 pages this morning. I was really in the rhythm. I'm really enjoying this book. I don't know if you guys have heard of Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart Tolle. What an interesting name, right? I don't exactly know where he's from. He's got an accent. Could be Swedish or something. Anyone there that knows Eckhart Tolle and the book The Power of Now? It's his most famous book. And it's the first time I'm reading it. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm probably, 50 pages in or 60 pages in, and I adore it. It's all talking about, not focusing on your past. It's happened. Don't focus on your future because it's not happened yet. All you've got is today, now. Like, not even this afternoon. Like, focus on right now. What's now? What are you doing now? Well, I am holding a phone up at the sunrise, talking to a screen. But if you take that out of the equation, I'm walking on a beach, working on my own mental health, because walking on the beach for me is my happy place. Well, walking in general is my happy place, right, guys? Walking on the beach. Yesterday I was walking on one of my favourite tracks, Obi Walkway, no, Obi Boardwalk. I love it, love it. Just being like next to trees. Oh, I mean, even just saying that, I just had a big sigh because it just brings me back to, yeah, heaven, my happy place. So happy place can be from many places, right? But I guess it's connected to walking for me. So I'm walking for purpose, walking for my health, working for my mental health, like not just my outside, right, guys? I know that, people have mentioned, I have lost some weight, and I mentioned that, I've definitely lost some weight around the face. I don't look as so chubby as I used to look in my face. Not that, I was overly chubby, right? Okay, let's read this one. It says here, something about love. Is there a message for us guys here? Let's have a look. I'm sorry. I love you. Okay. Someone got in trouble for something. It says, I'm sorry. I love you. Yeah, I mean, we focus a lot on our outside, our appearances, right? Because I guess that, if we're on YouTube, that's what we show, right? But, and look, I'm human too. Like, there's days that, I'll wake up in the morning, I'll do, I'll go to the beach to do a live, and I look at my face when I do the live, and I go, oh my God. Like, I look chubby today, or I look something. We're always judging ourselves, guys. Yeah, anyway, this book's kind of talking about, like, focus on your insides. Focus on your now. Like, you can't change like, I've got a big nose, right, guys? I have a big nose. It's flat. See, it's flat. But you know what? It's my nose. And I should be really grateful that I have it, right? Like, it makes me me. If I had a big pointy nose, like, people do plastic surgery. I mean, I could pay, do that, but why would I? I don't want to spend, how much it costs to get a nose. But, this is mine. The universe gave me this, Mother God, creation, universe, Mother Nature. My mum and dad produced me, and I got this nose. So I embrace it, It's me. It makes me me. So, I'm accepting it, right? So that's about, accept the now. You can't change your nose, Dora. And it's not that bad. It really isn't. It smells. It's in the middle of my face. It'd be weird if it wasn't in the middle of my face. Hey, Susan, how you going? Morning, mate. Oh my God. It is going to be a stinker here, Susan. It is already warming up like a lot. And I'm down for it. I am so down for it. So yeah, guys, I'm just talking about, put so much focus on the outer. And, this book I'm reading about from Eckhart Tolle. And if anyone could Google Eckhart Tolle for me and tell me where he's from. I think he's Swedish. I think he's European. No, he could be just Canadian with a French accent that I didn't even recognise. But Eckhart Tolle is a massive guy on YouTube. He writes books, but the book I'm reading is called The Power of Now. And it is so powerful. Like, I read 10 or 12 pages this morning, and I didn't even want to put it down. I was like, okay, let's get going. Because, I loved reading that I used to read all day. On a Saturday, I could get a whole book and read the whole thing. Because, it's just, reading's, I love reading. And I'm so grateful that I found 75 Hard to give me the inspiration to read again. Because I have to read 10 pages of a self-help or like some kind of business or some kind of, you know, book. But health, no, home improvement. My body is my home, right? It is improving. And I feel myself improving, guys. I feel like, I'm not spending so much time scrolling. In the mornings, I would normally scroll. Not doing that anymore, guys. Sorry. Sorry, I'm not supporting your channels as much as I used to. But I'm not sorry, guys. I'm sorry not to be sorry. Because, yeah, I'm working on me right now, guys. Okay, so we have a look at Lavender's Rock. We do a little kick. It's like a smell the roses moment. We're going to put our hat down, have some water while we look at Lavender's Rock. Because it's teaching us, a 15-year-old taught us to stop and look at around us. I've talked about how I kicked this rock so many times and had no idea. If I just stood behind it, it was the shape of a love heart. It's gorgeous. 2 degrees. 2 degrees, Susan. Oh my God. Okay, so thank you, Susan. He's German. Okay. Wiedersehen. I would like a pork knuckle, please. Mm. How glorious does that look, guys? That is glorious. Little beautiful mangroves. Oh, whoops. Okay, let me get the hat. So, how did you sleep, Susan? Did you have a nice sleep? Do you sleep well? I've never asked you that question. Weird question to ask, but I do ask. We talk about sleep, right? Do you sleep well? Because I tell you, all this water, all this, all the things I do, it's making me go like, as soon as I go to bed, straight to sleep. Do you know that spinach seeds I planted in July are still only 1 inch tall? Growing food is so hard in the high country. Oh shit, really? Is it because obviously there's no sun? There's not as much sun? Because obviously sun grows things, right? Where do you have them? Because I know you said that your greenhouse or your hothouse blew away. So where are you growing your seeds now? You do sleep well, unless the cat wakes me. Well, actually, funnily enough, how far is your chicken house from you? Because my goddamn chickens, no, I shouldn't say like, my chickens, I love them, right? They give us beautiful eggs that I get for breakfast every morning. But like, because the sun is rising earlier and earlier, and not all chickens want to wake up all at the same time, right? Like we have one big one. It's the same with your chickens, actually. What are they called? Sussex. Anyway, two Sussex. They're bloody huge. We call them Big Berthas. But one Big Bertha's out, and she's always like so demanding. So she goes out straight away. Like she'll go out at 5:30 in the morning, and she'll start crowing. And she's not a rooster, but she starts making the clucking noises because she wants to wake all the other chickens up. So then they all come out, but then one is broody at the moment. So I had to go get her out of the bloody chicken house and give her a bit of a slap on the bum. And then they were all funny running around, trying to eat some stuff. So like fine now, but yeah, in the mornings they like to make a little bit of ruckus. And here I am, trying to read my book. I'm like, God, come on. Like really, to be honest, it's actually quite beautiful, to be honest. You will love some of my new videos. Okay, tell me about them, Mike. Tell me about them and I will go see them. It's too cold, that's why they're not growing. So, but whereabouts do you put them though? Like, I mean, you don't have the hothouse anymore. Do you have any other way of making some kind of like little one? Like I've got one I bought from Bunnings. It's a little plastic one. It's probably like the size of a coffin, I guess. I haven't used it to be honest, but I wish I could send it down to you. It'd be perfect for you, actually. Perfect. You were given a little broom closet size greenhouse. Oh, excellent. Love that. And I had my spinach and seeds in there for about 6 weeks on the veranda now. Okay, so yeah, it's probably just not getting enough sun. Well, put it this way, the sun is coming, okay? It's coming. It's getting warmer and warmer every day here. So it's got to, filter down to you sooner or later, right? You don't sleep well, Mike. Well, many suggestions. And one of the biggest suggestions, I don't know, obviously I don't know your routine, but the biggest one that people say is like turn your phone off or no screen time 2 hours before you go to bed. It's a lot, eh? So read a book. Honestly, reading a book at night time would probably really help you, Mike. Just a suggestion. I know a lot of people do, I'm honest, I don't. I'm on my phone, right, scrolling away. Last night I was madly trying to put a Dancing with Dora together at like 11 o'clock at night. But yeah, definitely I've heard people say screen time, like turn the screen off, your eyes are just too active that you can't sleep. Have a chamomile tea. Like teas are always good. I have a tea called chai masala. It's like you get it from like an Indian Asian shop. It's really good. Really good, full of like really good stuff like cinnamon and all these kind of spices that make you sleepy. So yeah, I'd suggest a tea even. Lavender spray. I've got a lavender spray that I spray. I spray it over the bed before I go to bed. Makes a nice smell, but it also, lavender makes you, the natural remedy to make you kind of sleepy. You get an essential oil, put it in an oil burner. What else? Anyone else got suggestions for Mike on how to improve his sleeping? Another thing could be to exercise at night time. I mean, I know your work's full on, I get it, but you're important, right? Even, if you don't, it's true statement. If you don't wake up tomorrow, I'll just replace you, right? So you're more important than your job, though your job is important because you need the money, right? I get it. It's a vicious circle, but you're important, right? You need to look after you. Somehow, even if you could do 15 minutes. Actually, Mike, I'm going to send you something. I saw it on Instagram yesterday and I did it. It was like these basic moves to kind of get some more breath into you. Like breath work's really good for you too, but I'll send it to you. I did bookmark it, so I will send it to you today. But yeah, and maybe you could implement some of them. They're not hard. They're just like movements, just to move get your breath going. But anyone got any suggestions for Mike? You usually turn your phone off at 6 p.m. each night. See, there you go, Susan. Yeah, it's true. Good cold. You're a bit sicky still, so that probably means you're not sleeping well. But do you normally, yeah, like Susan's saying, do you normally sleep well, Mike? Apart from being sick. Let me turn this around. All right. Okay, keep on walking, guys. Keep on walking. Oh, I love these kind of days. The water looks so glassy. Look at that. It's just stunning. I can hear some boats in the background. It'd be a great boating day today. Great boating day. Get in early and come back before lunch, right? Oh, to play hooky, right? About a boat. Actually, Mike, do you have a boat license? Honestly, mate, I should just shut up because it's so nice. It's so soothing. So, I want to talk about a topic of mental health, guys. I got a message last night from a girlfriend. She told me that her ex-partner, the father of her 3 children, committed suicide. And she said, you know, I'm sure you're not surprised. She goes, I'm getting a lot of grief from the family. Anyway, I went directly over to see her straight away. I was coming home from Mullaney last night when I went platypus chasing, guys. I went and saw her. She works at a Thai restaurant that I used to work with her actually, and love her dearly. So I went and saw her, and it's really a sad story. Like, her partner that she's talking about, his name's Matt. I mean, no one knows his name, right? I mean, his full name, so it's okay to talk about this. Personally, he was no one to me, right? Other than he's the father of my friend's children, because he wasn't really a father. He had sex, right? He had 3 children. He didn't look after them. He's been an absent father for 5 years. So she hasn't seen him. The children haven't seen him. She's got a little baby girl that's literally 5 years old. He's never even seen her. And it's not because of the mother. She made every attempt for him to see the children, but he had an affair, had a new girlfriend. She had children. He had a new life, and he was made to pay child support, because the government here makes you pay child support. If you're a father, you have to pay child support, right? But he just didn't. He never made an effort to see the children. It was very sad. Anyway, but my friend is a great mother and a great father, because sometimes if you are a single mum, Susan, you probably know the feeling. Like, I mean, again, I don't know the full circumstances about that scenario, but sometimes you have to do father figures too, like do things that a father role would do. Equal opportunity these days, right? But my friend has done such a great job raising these 3 children. They're beautiful kids, and yeah, very sadly, his current girlfriend was just about to give birth to their first child together. So he's now going to have 4 children in this earth that don't know him. It just absolutely breaks my heart that he's done that. As I said, I don't know circumstances. Like, there's 2 sides to every story, right, in a relationship. But they live in the same location. He's probably like 10 minutes away from where my friend lives with the children. There was no court order to stay away from the children that I know of, right? But anyway, he was, with another lady. They'd been together for 5 years over, because he was cheating on her with this lady that he worked with. She had some children, older children, and it's really sad. Like, they couldn't get hold of him one day, and they got some friends to come over and break the door down, their home. I don't know why they couldn't get into the house. They didn't have keys, and yeah, so the girlfriend, heavily pregnant, apparently like a couple of days away from giving birth, and her older son, which is about 20 something, who worked with this guy, so we're very good friends, and then some of his friends found him. And yeah, apparently this 20 something boy, stepson, is absolutely distraught, obviously, as you could imagine. So it really breaks my heart. The topic just absolutely aches me. And, like, for example, this book I'm reading about the power of now, it talks about, don't give things power. Why do I give power to this stuff, right? Why? Because it actually irks me. It irks me for my friend. That's why I really wanted to go over last night and see my friend and give her a hug. Because even though she's not, physically attached, but she shared children with this guy, right? He's the father of her children. Well, he fathered her children. I don't know, gave seed, right? But once upon a time, they loved each other. They loved each other enough to have a child and then have a second child. I don't know. I don't know why it irks me. It really does. But it's more the fact that you know, he had to do what he did. You know, as much as I didn't like what things he used to do, I'd never want any ill of anyone. He doesn't deserve that. To do what you do, to not be here anymore. Um, you know, it's heavy. It's really heavy. And I don't wish that on anyone. I've never been there personally myself. Um, I mean, look, I have been depressed, and I've had, you say the moments like, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, I just want out of this life, out of pure haste, But yeah, heaven forbid that, I really hope, yeah. I don't know. I think it's worth a moment to think. I know this book I'm reading about the power of now by Eckhart Tolle would say, it's in the past, it happened. Don't give it any power. But at the same time, I just think I want to mention it because, when it's a true reality of, where we are in life, it's happening more and more. I'm giving it power, aren't I? Oh, so Mike, you don't need a boat license? You've been around boats all your life since you're 12? Okay, so you're a complete boaty family. Yeah, look, guys, I did want to share it with you. It is, I did wake up thinking. I mean, I didn't wake up thinking about it, but I always, when I wake up, I'm always so grateful. I'm like, thank you for, the gift of waking up, right? I always say, thanks for the, the great sleep. I had such a great day yesterday, guys. And you guys got to share it with me. I know, Mike, you're at the end of it, but you're always there in spirit, right? We know that. And you know what happens, right? Mike, there's always going to be a platypus dance. And you know that we're going to see a platypus if we can. And we did. And there's going to be a jumping for joy. But, I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's so sad. So sad. And I know that maybe it's a bit raw because, my friend Esther, what does it say? Can anyone read that? I can't actually make it out. So I think we go high. Can you guys make that out? I'll go zoom. Be the drone, guys. Drone, 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 drone. Motel? Guys, can you read that? I can't even read it. Yeah, ready? I don't know. But it's cool. It's quite like fat lettering kind of thing. It's very cool. Whew, yeah. Okay, time to put a hat on. Because she is. I am. Oh, got a moustache happening. So it is warming up. Okay, so that's right. Those angel kisses, we don't want them to get any bigger. Hey, Mike, they're just perfect as they are. See, I'm living in now. Accept what you are. Accept what you have. The past is past. It's happened. We've only got now, right? And now he's at peace. Whatever was going on with him, no one will know. No one will understand. Yeah, but I think it's important to acknowledge because, yeah, as I said, it's sad, right? Any loss, like you said, any loss, regardless of who they are and what they've done and how they acted and all the things. Yeah, life is precious and it should be valued, right? So let's value what we have right now. And what we have right now is we're walking along the beach and we saw a beautiful sunrise. And I don't know, I can't tell you how beautiful the sound of the ocean is. I mean, you're listening to it. So Mike, you're a single dad. So your child is your boy or girl is growing up now or living with you, if you'd like to share. Okay, and your daughter is 19. So you have been raising your daughter in all those ages by yourself. Did you have family support, Mike and Susan? Mike, is that why you ended up in Minnesota? Because your family are originally from Colorado. So is that why did you move to Minnesota to be with your girlfriend at the time? Hey, Kathleen, how you going, mate? Kathleen, I was thinking about you last night, and I was like, um, not that I'm going to say sorry because I don't, like I said, I talk about not being sorry because be unapologetic yourself, right? Unless you do something really bad, and then you can say sorry, right? But like I had been meaning to send you a message and say hi and how you going, but I have been preoccupied with this 75 hard and been a little bit into myself lately, and that's okay. And I don't regret it because I'm important. Everyone's important, right? Their own self. And I think we need to put ourselves um, in some importance sometimes, right? How are we going, guys?
Going good, have a look.
Oh, what have we got? Are they brim?
Whiting.
Whiting.
A bit better than Brim.
Oh, he's flick. Wow, that's all right. Nice. This is the time of year for whiting. Wow. I just had whiting the other day, actually, guys. Oh my God, yum. Good to know. I need a fishing line. Anyone down for seeing me, Dora, taking on a fishing adventure? I mean, I don't own a fishing line. I mean, I could get one. So I'm left-handed, guys. So I actually need to get a left-handed reel. You know what? I should get one. How cool would it be to go fishing and catch some whiting? Anyway, look, many things you can do, right? But right now, I was just talking about sending a message to my friend Kathleen and just touching base. Anyway, Kathleen, just know that I was thinking of you, Kathleen, okay? Oh, Mike, I completely understand. Um, the boy, the stepson, who found his somewhat stepdad, right, like that. Yeah. They used to work together. Well, they did work together, so they were like good pals, right? So he's taken time off work because he's not dealing, right? He's only 20 something. So it's the newborn child that will never know their father, the girlfriend that is now going to be a single mum and deal with the hardship of losing a partner, the family, the mum and dad that have lost their son. He had sisters. They were really quite a close family. I'd met their family, and they all loved each other, extremely back in the day when I knew them. Yeah, and even though my friend, that I went and saw last night and gave her a hug, she was very detached from it. She said like, I said goodbye to him 5 years ago. But, she said that she's Buddhist, so she's going to go and do her own penance for him. She's not heartless, but she's getting a lot of pressure from her mother. Her mother's saying that you should go to the funeral, you should take your children to the funeral. I mean, her oldest son is about 12.
I don't think he should be taken to a funeral of a guy that he hasn't seen in 5 years and hasn't even spoken to in 5 years. I mean, he knows who his dad is because he'll remember his dad. He's the only one that will remember him. But the other two, like little Yaz, she's 5. She has never seen her father. Doesn't even know who he is. And then the middle boy, he's probably about 7 years old. He has no clue who his father is. He saw him once, apparently. I just don't, yeah. So I'm worried about my friend's mental health. You know, when someone says to you, you know, it's okay. She calls me Mugs. That's another story I'll tell you about in a second. She goes, it's okay, Mugs. I'm okay. I'm okay. Thanks for coming to see me, but I'm okay. And I said, that's all right. I just wanted to make sure you're okay. You know, I love you. I said, I'm always here for you. And I gave her a big hug. And we had a bit of a chat about things. She's got a new boyfriend and she's so happy. But, you know, she's a good person. And she's an amazing lady to raise 3 children alone. And, you know, she has a mother, but her mother's busy with the Thai restaurants they own. And there's a bit of, you know, there's always sometimes, you know, mother's a little bit overpowering. You know, they know best, so to speak. But yeah, this mother is actually pushing her to go to the funeral. And look, the other side of the family, as in the guy family, absolutely hate her to death. Are sending her messages about how it's her fault he's done this. So this is what I'm saying. I'm a bit worried about her mental health because that's a lot. I mean, even I have an ex-boyfriend that I don't like very much, but I'm trying to let go of that and just remember the happy times. And if I heard anything like that happen to him, I mean, I wouldn't go to the funeral because again, his family don't like me either. But I would definitely, you know, say a prayer for him. You know, you don't ill anyone, regardless of how they've treated you in the past. We've got Mr. Pelicans, guys, right next to the fisherman, right? Very funny. Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely in the last 10 years, I've definitely grown up. I know it's funny to say that, right? I'm 50 now. I've grown up. I'm still learning, right? I'm still learning. But, you know, there was a time in my life that I despised, I hated my ex-boyfriend. And I just had to let go. I had to, let go of the hate because hate only hurts you, right? It doesn't hurt them. They're moving on with their life. But you're focusing on them. Anyway, I'm going to just, think about my friend for a second and I hope she's going to be okay and that she's strong enough to deal with the backlash that is coming at her. All right, let's say hello to Mr. Pelican. Let's change the subject. Look, guys, these are pelican feet. That is so cool, guys. That is pelican walking. He's looking at me. I know you're there. He's like, don't you think you're getting any of the bait? That's mine first. I've got first dabs on the bait. You stay away, you weird looking pelican. That's what the pelican's saying to me, right, guys? You have no family in Australia, Susan. Oh, okay. So, okay, I know okay. That is a story I think would be interesting to know about, like your family. So, guys, can I just say that I did a live with Susan. We weren't live, but we did like a Zoom, right? I met Susan. She's a real person. Susan, you're a real person. It'd be a bit weird if you weren't, because I've sent you a gift. I've talked to you on the phone. I've got you as a Facebook friend. Of course you're real, but like, you know, it's funny to actually, you know, physically see someone, even though it's on a screen, that, you know, you've talked to for a while. Like even you had a giggle when you saw my face, and I'm like, wait on, I can't see you, you're black. It's so cute. Yeah, we live in a weird world, right, guys? That, you know, we are now meeting people online, making friends on YouTube, and taking it off the platform, which I love, right? Mike and I have a friendship off YouTube. Susan and I have a friendship off YouTube. This pelican and I have a friendship off YouTube. Hey, gorgeous. Thank you for showing us your face today. You're so cute. I just want to pinch it on the bum. Just like I wanted to pinch the pelican, I'm not a pelican, the platypus on the bum, and I pinched the little statue yesterday afternoon on the bum while I was dancing around it. Honestly, Mother Nature at its best. Look at that bird. Hey, would that be the biggest bird in the world? Could someone just enlighten me and tell me, or Google what the biggest bird in the world is? Could it be the pelican? Or is it an ostrich? Ostrich is a bird. Okay, that's the biggest bird, isn't it? A cassowary is a bird too, isn't it? Okay, so Mike, you moved to Minnesota for work and better pay. It's good to be into yourself. It definitely is good to be into yourself. So Susan's got here, my parents died when I was young teen, and I went into foster care, orphanage. Oh, okay. And was that a good experience, Susan? I'm probably guessing not so much. That's a really kind of stupid thing to say. Sorry. Sorry for your parents' loss. I was a teenager because, those hard years, right? Yeah. So Kathleen's talking about, we're talking about, looking after our own self and putting ourselves first. I think it's really important, right? Like in my job, I look after, well, not look after, but like, I'm motivating young adults with disabilities, and like, it's all about them, right? So, I've got to be mindful that I spend a lot of time focusing on them. There's a reminder, actually, guys, to go off topic, right? I'm always off topic. I'm going to walk back, guys. The good thing about Facebook, I know not everyone uses Facebook, right? I know that, but I've used Facebook for a while now, and I've posted a lot of stuff on Facebook. And so you get memories, right? So a memory popped up yesterday that, oh my God, it was such a memory. It's a picture of me doing a selfie with a sake beer. I don't know if anyone's familiar with Japanese beer. It's a really nice beer, actually. It's a school day, sorry, a work day. It's a work day. It's 11 a.m. in the morning, and I am drinking a beer in my work hours. Now, if future employers listening to this, sorry, but it was a stressful day. So 10 years ago, I was an employment consultant for a disability organisation. So basically here in Australia, if you have a disability, oh guys, look at this. That is a pretty colour. It's a blue, a light blue. I don't have a pocket, but we'll hold that. So if you have a disability here in Australia and you are under 35, I believe, and it's not like a completely debilitating disability, you actually are sent to an organisation that I used to work for. There's many of them in Australia. They're not-for-profits, and they're funded to basically help you get jobs. And, I had a client of mine, like my clients become my friends. I know that's really, you shouldn't look at it like that, but you spend a lot of time with these people, like your work people, your work friends. You spend more time with your work friends than you do with your partners. But this is the reality, right? This is why relationships unfortunately happen in work. But anyway, that's off topic. So my clients. So I spent a lot of time with this lady. She was vision impaired. She had a guide dog. I was obsessed with the guide dog, right? Guide dog was called, oh my God, Fergie. Oh my God, Fergie the Labrador, golden Labrador. I used to get so pissed off when it got in my car because the hair went everywhere. I mean, obviously I had a work car, But I had to, obviously, after she got out of the car with the dog, I would have to go clean the car. I don't get paid, I have to go home and vacuum it, and then I'd take other clients around. But anyway, this morning, off topic, guys. Sorry. This lady's amazing, right? She's vision impaired. She was born vision impaired. But she's got she probably can see, if I was standing right in front of her like this, she could make out my features. But when you lose one sense, you're very, very good with another sense, like all the other senses. Like she could hear, smell. She could smell me. Isn't that weird? Like she knew my smell. So weird. Here I am still in my armpit as we speak. But anyway, she was amazing, right? I was helping her get an admin job, right? So with technology, she could use a big screen and she could, be a receptionist, or she could do, some admin work, right? So anyway, she was going for a job interview. She didn't need my help. She was going to the job interview herself. I knew she was going, and I was like wishing her luck. Anyway, she caught the train or something like that. But anyway, something happened. The train was late, or the train didn't turn up, or something like that, right? And when you're vision impaired, she's got a dog with her. It's not like it's easy to just jump into a car, because cabs also, they're a bit funny too, because if they pick you up, and they can't reject you, but they're a bit funny about it because your dog's going to shed hair everywhere, right? And then they've got to literally stop from drop you out, clean their car, and then pick up another client. Oh my gosh, guys, that's a love heart. Okay. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you've been listening to me, guys, for the last couple of days, but I've been seeing love hearts. That is a love heart, guys. I could cry. That's my dad. That is beautiful. That is love. So I was on a live the other day, and a lady called Brooke came in, and I was saying how I've been seeing love hearts. I picked up a bit of quartz on the ground the other day, on Monday morning actually, and it was a love heart. And then I had a beautiful day, at the gardens where my dad used to work. Right, I was volunteered at the herb garden, and then the next day I was doing a live, and I saw something else in a love heart shape, and I was talking about how I've been seeing love hearts in nature a lot. And this lady Brooke said, what that means is that someone past is thinking of you. And I automatically thought of my dad because, he's just passed away 8 years ago on last Saturday, and I've been thinking about him a lot lately. And then look at this, I see a beautiful heart. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. I have to keep that, guys. There's so many stories I want to tell you right now. There's a wind chime story I'm dying to tell you guys, but I really want to tell you the story about this vision impaired lady. And so anyway, she rings me and says, "Hey, can you help me out?" So I was at work, I was with another client, I was, trying to help them, do my job, right? And I was like, yep. And I quickly tried to, finish that up. And then, I got in the car and I was going to go to the train station to meet her because, she was going to the city, and you can't park in the city very easily, right? Even though I have a company car, I don't have the right to park in a disabled car park because I'm not disabled myself, right? If I have someone disabled with me, I can park in that car park. But I didn't. I was helping her try to get to an interview, and she wasn't. Yeah. Anyway, I couldn't use a disabled car park, so I had to get on the train. But when I went to the train station, I couldn't get a park. It was so busy. So I was like, shit. And the train was coming in 5 minutes, and so there's no choice. So I couldn't get to that train. So here I am. I'm absolutely stressed. I'm trying to help someone get to an interview. I know it wasn't my fault, and these are circumstantial, right? Things happen. But I was took it on myself, that I need to fix this. And I wanted to get her to this interview. She was in the background, bloody hell, this bloody train and blah, blah, blah. She wasn't blaming me, right? But I'm like, okay, I'm on my way. I couldn't get the train, couldn't get a park. I'm pretty frantic, right? I don't like to be late for anything, let alone a client be late for a job interview that, she needs a job, right? And can't really, this whole whole Facebook comment post thing explains it all. But Kathleen, you'll be able to see it, and Susan. It's not hilarious, but it's long. But it just explains like the morning I had and how I did get her to the interview. She didn't get the job, but that didn't matter at that time. I dropped her off and I went to a bar at 11 a.m. in the morning and got a beer. And I took a selfie and I wrote the story. Because 10 years on, isn't it interesting? I read that yesterday and I went, oh my God. You know, it tells me that I'm a good person, that I do value people that I work with. And it reminds me that I've been going through a little bit of not personal, but like just there's a particular client that I'm working with at the moment, and he's my first client I work with as being self-employed. I'm not going to say names, just in case he's listening. I mean, he's going to know I'm talking about him. There's no way he's listening, right? I know that. But I've been really struggling with him lately. He has been pushing all my buttons, and you know, when you get pushed, you know, when people push your buttons, sometimes it's not about them. Yeah, look, it could be about them. It is about them, but you've also got to look internally about yourself. Why are you letting them push your buttons? Why is it affecting you? So this book that I'm reading about, The Power of Now, kind of touches a little bit about that, about, you know, past, future, that has no resemblance of now. Like, you really got to focus on now. What happened yesterday happened yesterday. So I've been using that a little bit with this client, like not focus on what happened last week, focus on what's going to happen today. And you know, and basically we've been doing positive affirmation, saying today's going to be a good day. We're going to do a great job today. He's not going to annoy me. That's really bad that I say like that, right? But I'm saying these things. I'm like, you know, Muriara, that's my name. Muriara, you are not going to get affected by this. You're not going to get, you know, irked up inside. He can't change this. He's got a disability, right? Some of these things he can't change, and it's not your job to change them. But your job is to accept that, you know, what's happening right now is happening, right? And just be okay with it. And put some love on it, guys. Dora, Muriara, whatever your name is, put some love on it. Anyway, that story 10 years ago reminded me how passionate I am about the work I do, and that I'm still doing the work in different ways, and that it's okay. Your dad's sending you love. You're doing the right thing. And I think in life, guys, we need to, you know, sometimes search for those signs that we are doing the right thing. You know, we can't be like relying on pats on the back by people. That's not, you know, and sometimes, you know, people pat us on the back saying, oh yeah, good job, but they're not, you know, they're not really meaning it. What I'm trying to say is don't rely on other people for that self-gravitation. Get your own self-gravitation. What am I saying? Gravitation? You know what I'm trying to say, guys. Pat your own back. Pat your own back. You're doing a good job, Dora. You're doing the best job you can in the situation you're in. And it's okay to be frustrated sometimes, but see the love. See the love. And you know what? In saying that, I mentioned to a friend that I've been doing this lately, and then I'm seeing a change in the way I feel towards that client. I'm not focusing on the negatives, I'm focusing on the love. I'm not focusing on the love because that'd be a bit weird that, you know, he's 24 years old. But you know what I'm trying to say? I'm focusing on the positives. And you know what? I'm really enjoying the client. Really enjoying it. So, moral of my story is, if there's ever a moral of my story, what is my moral of the story? Choose love. Choose your own love first. Because that's all we have, right, guys? Our own love. We don't know what happens tomorrow. An emu and an ostrich are the biggest birds, yes. Emu, ostrich. .8 meters. I think that's tall, eh? Okay, so Susan's got here. The pelican actually holds the world record for having the longest bill of a living bird at 50 centimeters, 20 inches. Jesus, yeah, it's long, eh? Oh, I'm going to keep that. So, guys, I want to tell you about the wind chime. So, yesterday I was at a nursery. I always look at nurseries, right? But I'm not buying any plants anymore because I kill them. I'm going to work with what I have, and I've been gifted a whole lot of plants lately, so I'm going to get them going. But I always like to look into them, like just you get the inspiration, right? So there was this beautiful wind chime, and it was basically made of sea glass, like a bottle that had the bottle top, and then the wind chime was basically bits of sea glass tied by wire, all one colour, that colour actually. It was so beautiful, and that would be really nice at the top. Okay, so anyway, lavender actually, when I was walking, let's pick up that, why not? Someone had some strawberries and left that there. So lavender was saying, oh my gosh, there's a whole lot of rubbish here, guys. Okay, where's my bucket when we need it, hey? Okay, we want to keep those, but okay. Oh, there's a bin up here. Lavender was saying when I was picking up sea glass along the walk, she said you should make a wind chime. And I was like, I could, but I didn't really know how to do that, right? Until I did the live with Heather. So Heather's backyard. So Heather was teaching me, or us, how to use jewellery wire to tie up sea glass. Now, obviously I did a woeful job because I had the wrong wire, but that's all right. I'm going to buy some new wire, and I'm going to rewatch my video, my live with Heather, because she teaches us how to do it. So I want to tie up the sea glass to make a wind chime. Okay, we don't want to lose our stuff. There we go. So yeah, I mean, gosh, it was so beautiful. I'm going to send it to Susan, and I'll send it to Mike, and I'll send it to Kathleen because your guys are here. Because I can send it to you because I've got your details offline. Because it's not easy. Like, it would be really good if on YouTube you could actually send DMs to people. Though then we might end up with too many DMs, right? I don't know. But it is hard to kind of be in touch with people on YouTube, isn't it? Unless you take it off here. Yeah, and Susan, you were talking about how you'd love to see it. Yeah, I'll send you the video. I took a video of it, so I'll send it to you. My friend, you guys know Marie from Meditation Motivation with Marie. She was listening to my live yesterday about platypus chasing. She was hearing me talk about the wind chime, and she sent me a WhatsApp message after it, and she said, hey, I was lurking in the background. I just didn't want to say hello because I was busy doing something. But she said, I was listening to you talk about the wind chime. She said, it sounds amazing. Anyway, I sent her the video, and she's like, oh, that is so cool. And she said, yeah, you can do that. So yeah, I can make that. I will make that. Yes, and I do need to finish off my lamp, and I do need to do the jewellery. There's many things, but there's, everything in time, right? So what time is it, guys? How long have I been walking? Because let's do 70 minutes. Okay, so I've definitely done 45 minutes, right? It is 7:08 a.m. It is beautiful though, absolutely beautiful. But you know, guys, I am trying to do something different. So yesterday morning, instead of doing a live and going to the beach and doing this walk, what I would normally do on a Wednesday, I stayed home and I did 10 push-ups, 10 squats, 10 push-ups, 10 squats, rested. And I did that for 45 minutes. Let me show you what I did. I'm not going to actually do the whole thing. I want to do it only 3 times a week. I need my arms to repair. Actually, guys, let me go get something out of the car. Come with me. Whoops. It's warm. It's like my own humidity under my hat. Sometimes less is more, right? So, you know, I don't need to sit on the beach and walk for 2 hours and do a live. All right, we're going to have that. Whoops. Hi, how you going? How beautiful. All right, let's do. Oh my god. What the fuck? That's a shark. Oh my god, did you see that, guys? Oh, it's a dolphin. It's a dolphin! Fuck off, mate. It's a dolphin, guys. Oh my god. It's a dolphin! Oh my fucking god! I haven't seen a dolphin in ages here. I don't know if you can see that, guys. There we go. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There it is. Okay, hold on. Let me stand up. It's just here. Okay, we've lost him again. Oh, there he is up there. Oh, he's out there now. Crap. I thought it was a shark. No joke. I thought it was a shark. You can see it's still going. Wow, you know you used to see dolphins here all the time, but yeah, not anymore. When I first did a live here, I did see a dolphin, but it was way out. That's the closest I've seen a dolphin. I don't know. Did you see that, guys? Oh my god, I can't see. Um, so I'm drinking some electrolyte, guys. So I've drank half a litre already of my green juice, my green powder with water. This is my second into my litre. I have some protein powder, then I drink half of that. So it's all still water, right? It's just powder they put into water. So yes, I was talking about yesterday, right, guys? Okay, let me show you what I was doing. Because basically I need to up my intensity, guys. Up my, oh, shivers. Up my cardio. I mean, I can't see, guys, but I am here. Can you see me? I think you can. So, push-ups, right? I can't do push-ups. These things need to be, I need to work on these, right? So I'm 50, right? We need to work on our strength training. I walk. It's not challenging enough. I need to be sweating like this and like work my aerobics to burn fat. And yeah, just all, you know, the middle tire, the spare tire it's where I hold my fat, right? I have it on my stomach, my boobs, and my, yeah, here. So, moral of my story is yesterday morning, instead of walking on the beach and doing a live and chatting to you guys, I love you, but don't love you as much as I love myself. So yesterday, I did 10 push-ups, and instead of doing it on my knees, I looked at, you know, Instagram, because Instagram's the youth, you know, that's where everything is, right? I looked at some chick, and I had read that if you do sit-ups, like on an angle, so your feet are back like you normally, you're not on your knees, and like, oh, frig. Oh, let's do 10. Are you counting? Because I'm not. I think it's 10. And then I did 10 squats, which is a lot easier. Chin up, tits up, stomach in. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, I counted in Spanish. Woohoo! 10. I repeated that, and then I rested. And then I did that for 45 minutes. Holy shit. It hurt, but it felt good. And I was like seriously sweating it up. And then in the afternoon I went for a walk, right? So here's me challenging myself a bit more. Instead of doing normal walking, which is not challenging enough for me, as you see, guys, it is 7:16 a.m. and it is sweating hot, right, guys? It is going to be a scorcher day. It's probably going to be 30 degrees. And as much as I'm like sweating and carrying on, I actually love it. I love it, love it, love it. So, not saying follow me at all. Do not follow me. Do not subscribe to me. Do your own research. Know your own body. Challenge your own self. If you can't do 5 minutes walking, then challenge yourself to do 10 minutes walking, right? My friend Jazz won't mind me talking about this. I am so proud of Jazz. Jazz will be on day 18 when she wakes up. So she's listening to this, Jazz, on the replay. Day 18 for you, mate. And I'm so happy for you, so excited, because Jazz, we all know Jazz. Jazz has been carrying extra weight. She's just accepting that she's a plus size model. She's gorgeous. I think she's absolutely stunning. She's a plus size model, but she says she's been struggling. Like when she's walking in Europe, when she was in Barcelona, she struggled to keep up with our friend Marie. She met up with our friend Marie from Meditation Motivation with Marie. And she had to say, hey, Marie, slow down. I need to catch my breath. She was struggling to walk. It was so warm, all the walking, it was too much for her. And she said, I need to do something. And she saw me doing this 75 balance, so 75 hard. And she's like, I can't do that, Dora. That's just too hard for me. And to even like drink nearly 3.7 litres or a gallon of water, she said, I can't do that. I'm not used to drinking that at all. So she's made her own, challenge, which is 75 balance. So go check her out, Jazz Nomad TV. I mean, you guys all know her anyway. But Jazz, she's on day 18 when she wakes up. And she is, like she said, oh my God, I could walk for 15 minutes and just, be sweating. She goes, now I'm doing double that and feeling really good. So isn't it amazing? Like even after 17 days, she's doubling her walking capacity, and I mean, it's not about losing weight, but she has lost some weight. But more than anything, she's actually feeling really good about herself. She said she hasn't felt this good about herself in like for so long, and that like touches my heart that someone is now, you know, just by pure, you know, looking after herself. She's just, you know, drinking more water. She's reading books. She's reading a devotion book about, you know, every day she's got this beautiful prayer and affirmation, and she reads them to me, and they're beautiful. And so she's, you know, she's fueling her brain. She's drinking water. She's, you know, physically challenged herself with, you know, exercise. She's, you know, thinking about the food she's eating. I can't tell you how much 75 hard has done for me. I know you guys are writing stuff. I can't see it. I'm really like, I probably can, but it's, yeah. Hold on, let me have a look. Hey, Lavender, how you going? Hey, Heather, how you going? I was just talking about you, Heather. Is something going on with Lavender? Guys, I'll catch up in the car when I read that. Okay, whatever's happening, Lavender, we're thinking of you. Hey, Ange, how you going? Hey, Ange, we just saw a dolphin. It was so amazing. All right, guys. I am going to do some squats. So if you'd like to. So many moons ago, I used to do a challenge every day. It's not a challenge anymore. It's quite easy to do. But I did 63 squats because 63 squats represents the 63 people that have passed away in a week here in Australia. So because of mental health and suicide. So 63 squats. It's a challenge that Lifeline did. So Lifeline is like an opportunity shop, like a thrift shop. They're an organisation here in Australia that run the 24-hour hotline. So like if anyone is ever in need in Australia, they ring a 1-800 number and there's someone to talk to them on the other end of the phone. Like, so I think it's a beautiful service what they do. I do volunteer at one of their shops with one of my clients. So it's a beautiful organisation. They're beautiful people. The shops are amazing. You should go in there and buy some, you know, things from the op shop. They're like things that people chuck away and then they upcycle them and make them into beautiful things. And yeah, it's amazing. But more than anything, the money that, you know, you spend there goes back into the call centre and to services that help people that are in need. And like, while I'm just talking here, I'm going to just quickly show you. So there's a whole lot of guys coming here in red shirts. You can see a whole lot of people behind there too. So those guys, they're a group called the Man Walk Club. No, I'll see in a second. Man Walk Club. So they're a bunch of strangers that all guys, and Man Walk is called the Man Walk. And they walk on a Tuesday and Thursday morning. And they do about a 5K walk. And every man, I mean, they can walk by themselves if they want to, but if you're by yourself, they hook, you know, they like give you a guy to talk to, basically, and you just walk together. So, you know, guys traditionally aren't like women that, you know, have a chat about anything and everything. And the guys are just talking or just walking side by side. But, you know, again, it's getting out in fresh air, walking, endorphins, being around other guys, making friendships. Again, it's all about our mental health, right? I just think it's a great initiative. Anyway, I'm going to do my squats. You guys do what you do. Can I just add, just because I do 63 squats, you don't need to do it. My mum did this one day. She thought, like, my mum's 75, right? She saw me doing all these squats every day. So she decided to do squats in the shower because you're warm in the shower. And she hadn't done a squat in a million years. She squatted and she hurt herself. She didn't fall over, but she hurt her knee. And she, for 6 months later, had a bad knee because she did a squat. So again, don't follow me. Just gonna add that in there. Plus, also, I'm really bad at doing squats. I'm trying to get myself better. This is why I'm doing squats again. So after doing my squats, I want to tell you about this thing I'm going to send Mike. And it was about like getting breath into you and these different exercises. It was amazing. I want to tell you about that in a second. I've got 23 squats left. All right, we're up to 60. 61, 62, 63 squats to represent the 63 people that decide each week in Australia that they don't want to be here. One being my friend Esther, one being a guy I used to be friends with, Matt, that, yeah, took his life this week in Australia. So yeah, I think that's a number that's really not a nice number. You know, in other countries it's probably more. Actually, to be honest, in Australia it's probably more now because that stat was like 3 or 4 years ago. But it's not about whose numbers, what numbers. It's just, you know, that those individual people were people. And they were all loved, right? And they were all missed. I think it's important. Anyway, guys, let's go back to the car so I can read the chat because I can't see anything. Like my bottle exchange here. We're just going to have a little look at the sunrise again. Such an amazing day. And wow, we saw a dolphin, guys. We saw a dolphin. We saw a dolphin. We saw a dolphin. And it is amazing. It was amazing. All right. Right. All right, we have to get the windows down. Whew. Oh my gosh. Okay, what does the car say? Hold on, let me see what the car says temperature-wise. It's got to be over 20. 26 degrees, crap. Love it. All right, guys. I heart this morning. My heart.
That is beautiful. That is such a beautiful find on the beach. It was the right time, right place for me. Oh, that is a beautiful colour dress. Look at this dress this lady's wearing. I am in love with teal. That is a beautiful colour. Actually, that's a nice dress. A very nice dress. Sidetracked. I love teal because it's the ocean, right? Teal reminds me of the ocean. Blues, greens. This colour I'm wearing here, I have 2 of these shirts. I was wearing the same shirt yesterday, but in same shirt, but different shirt because I bought 2 of them because I love the colour. Because I love it. Love colour. I just love the colour. Oh, is that my friend Ange? No, it's not. Can someone tell me what's going on with lavender? Is lavender okay? I'm going to have some protein powder. So yeah, you guys are probably saying, why are you drinking all this stuff? Why not? So I've drank some green powder first, and I put in some water. So that was my first half litre. I've nearly drank my other half litre of water. I nearly drank my half litre of some electrolytes because it's so warm. I need to put the sugars back into, like the natural minerals back in because you're drinking a lot of water. And then I do have a protein powder that I put into water after I exercise. Again, women of a certain age should be having more protein. It's good for our body, especially when you're exercising too, right? Okay. Let me see. I can't see very well. I'm trying to get my eyes sorted out here, guys. Colours. Autumn colours are amazing. Driving test today for lavender. Oh, that's exciting. How exciting. Good night, Heather. So, Susan, interesting. You got, after you left yesterday and when I was in the live, we were talking about you. If your ears were burning, we were talking about you. In a good way, right? Nothing bad. I wouldn't tell you that anyway, but I would never talk about you badly anyway, right? But Doran jumped on and he was asking me, how you're going with the live. I said, yep, we've got it booked in. I told him it was about 9:30 on Monday, which would be at about 5 o'clock his time on Sunday afternoon. Chris was there too. Chris was like, obviously, I think she knows about it because you guys were good friends. Doran, you know how Doran is, like, what if we could get 1,000 people here and she get monetized on that one live? And I said, hey, anything's possible, right? But it's more about getting you actually watch time so you can actually start making money, right? We want money for our friend Susan so she can get a red tractor. And yeah, and so there, and then Heather was saying, and I was kind of working out the time with Heather. I said, oh man, Heather, it's gonna be like midnight for you. Actually, it'll be 12:30 for her. And she goes, maybe I could stay up. I said, well, you can catch it on replay because let's still watch hours, right? So she was even thinking about, staying up late to see it. So everyone is so excited. I mean, I know there's a lot of pressure there now, but we just all care, Susan. We just really want you to do well, and you are going to do well. You just need to start doing a live, and everyone's going to want to hear what you have to say. Like I was so excited, like you were showing me around your house. I mean, I know you're not going to do that, but whatever you show us, we'll all be excited about, right? So yeah, can't wait. Yeah, Doran's a good guy. But so Susan, can I just say, when I do lives, like for example, when I did a live with Heather, I actually scheduled a week before, just so it was locked in, and I knew it was locked in. But I also then had the opportunity to tell people when I was doing my lives, hey guys, next whatever day, and tell them as soon as when I was in the live, go click on the notification because it'll tell you the time. So you click on the notification and it tells you the time that the live is on, and then you click the notification so it tells you when you're live for that particular session. So because I know you talked about you only wanted to schedule it 12 hours before, because sometimes, think about it, Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning in America or in the UK, a lot of people, maybe at church, Sunday's a day of rest, not everyone will be around. So maybe not everyone will see the notification click on it to say, oh, Susan's doing her first live. So just saying that if you maybe did it maybe 24 hours, 48 hours beforehand, like Friday, I find Saturday morning in Australia time, which is Friday night in America, is a really good time because we're not all partying anymore, right? We're all old people that don't go partying. Speak for yourself. No, we're not. We're not old people. We do party sometimes, but mostly we're home watching YouTube. So then they can click on the notification because they see that Susan shared that she's going live in 48 hours. They can go, oh yeah, that's my time at this time. Okay, yeah, I'll be home. Just, again, what I say, take a grain of salt. Okay, so Chris is amazing. I was actually asking Chris, and I don't think she answered it yesterday. She told me, because I said to Doran, I said, hey, thanks, Doran, for introducing me to Susan, because that's how I know Susan, right? Because I met her on your live. He goes, oh, cool. And then Chris said, I introduced Doran to Susan. So I said, oh, thanks, Chris. So how are you friends with Chris? Isn't it interesting? 3 degrees of separation, right? And Chris is in New Mexico, right? So yeah, so how are you friends with Chris? You can bring me today, of course you can. Though, can I suggest I'll be free, because it seems to be Thursdays our day that we talk, actually, because I'm driving from about 1:45 to 1:15. I've got half an hour drive from North Lakes to Redcliffe to pick up a client, so I'm going to be in the car by myself. So I'll ring you then. You can ring me, and I may or may not answer. It depends on where I am, right? But I am with clients today. But yeah, that half an hour break between 1:45 and 1:15, I'm free. And of course, you can ask me anything. See, even oh, sorry, I completely forgot to talk about you, Ange. I did say hello before. How are you, Ange? Hey, today you're doing a live, right? So is that true? You're doing a live in probably half an hour? Is that you normally do a live at this time, about half an hour's time? I'm not sure how I found Chris. It's been a long time now. Okay, cool. Yeah, call me then and lock it in. Funny, I have another girlfriend. She sent me a message on Facebook. She goes, hey, can I book in a chat with you? Because you're so busy at the moment. I need to book in to talk to you. And, oh. And she's, well, one of my best girlfriends. So kind of like, we've just been funny. But like, life's so busy that we have to book in a phone call. Anyway. So anyway, Ange, are you going live in like 25 minutes? No, every other Wednesday. Today is a rough one for me. Oh, are you okay? Is everything okay? If you'd like to share, we're here to talk. Not that we could solve anything, but sometimes just sharing can help. If you'd like me to distract you, actually, guys, I am going to distract you. You tell the story, Ange, and I have something. I told you that I volunteered at Op Shop, Lifeline, and I got something. Oh, I took it upstairs. I don't have it. It's all right, but we've got something else. We've got our Be Happy cards, right? Okay, hold on. I need to. All right. So I'm going to pull a Be Happy card. Hello there in Russian. Oh, hi. How do you say hello in Russian? I can't even remember. I should know this. I've been to Russia. Not that I can speak it. What is Russian? Vodka? No. I'm sorry. Sorry, I don't know. Can't remember. Be Happy cards, guys. So these are the ones I've already done. So let's pull another card out. Let's put it back in here. Be happy. Be happy. So we're going to open this up. Okay. Okay. Never. Okay, let me flip this around, guys. Never postpone joy. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's just my writing. Never postpone joy. Be happy. Never postpone joy. Be joy. Life is joy. I mean, there's always a time to be serious, right? But, limit that, right? I mean, yeah, in a presentation for work, you got to be serious, but, put a spin on it to make it fun. I think, in life, we're so serious, right? And, that's why I do this, Dancing with Dora, because I poke fun at myself. I am not a good dancer. I am shit, actually. I don't know if you saw me dance today around the platypus statue. I mean, it was shit. I was laughing at myself because it was so bad. And I'm singing in my head, click, go the cheers, boys, click, click, click. And I'm doing some weird dance. I'm like, fuck, who am I? What am I? But it's funny. I find joy out of it, right? And if that joy is not contagious, I don't know what is, get a life, right? But, what I'm just trying to say is, guys, there should be more joy in life. Don't take yourself so serious. Yeah, we're going to die. We're going to pay taxes. It's a given in life, right? When that mark is, we don't know. So right now, let's enjoy this moment for what it is. And it is all, it can be serious and it can be shit, but try to find some kind of joy because, well, when we look back at life, do you want to remember that you were amazing at your job and that, you made $100,000 that year, you were so great, or whatever, I don't know. I mean, that's cool, right? Excellent. But what did you do with that $100,000? Did it give you joy? Or, did you have fun on the weekend? Did you do something silly? Did you make yourself laugh? I don't know. And that's not a great analogy, but, I guess what I'm trying to say is just enjoy the day. Ugh. I don't know what it is about me and protein powder. I didn't put the lid on properly. And now I have white powder, white stuff. Just laugh it off, right? Just rub it in. It is what it is. It's on my hat. I can wash that. It's on my chair. I'll just wipe that down. It is what it is. Okay, so pre-vet. See you, mate. I gotta go anyway. Ange, thinking of you. I know you're having a hard day. Thinking of you. Hold on, where's my thing? Love. Think with love. Be love. Be love. See you guys.